you guys eaten here?
I did just before coming here, starting here. I got the chicken pie and a side of chips. It was really nice. The gravy was lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they've obviously expanded, haven't they? It used to be the old Greenwich.
It was two
Meantime
pubs.
pub, wasn't it? Yeah.
There was two pubs.
Greenwich Union was next door. That's when I first moved to
Knocked it
Greenwich.
through, yeah.
Yeah, this camera can't see, but over there, that wall, that was Greenwich Meantime, and then they obviously packed up shop and they knocked it through. But this was next door. It was my local when I first moved here.
Yeah, I agree. It was two
Thanks.
pubs.
You
Yeah.
agree? Good. Fact check that. All right.
Must have been a tiny pub then.
It was a proper narrow little one, and that it was cool. But again, it was all Meantime Rain, and they do have extra beers and stuff. Sorry, we're talking about the competitor now, but yeah, it was a cool pub. But then they've obviously done it massively, made the garden bigger and that. But we don't come down here that much because we're the other end.
Yeah.
But it's a good little trek up here, so it's worthwhile.
It's another Young's pub now, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm guessing the food's pretty similar to what you'd get at the cottage.
Oh, okay. Oh, they are.
Obviously, exceptionally good then.
Yeah.
The roasts are bang on. We came in for Easter Sunday.
In here?
Actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was delicious. Tilly loved it. Lots of kids run around here.
It's a bit. Yeah, it's definitely more of a family friendly pub. Give it that one.
So apologies to the patrons.
Bringing down the mood.
Yes, that's it. But shall we crack on with
Let's
it,
do
boys?
it.
Let's go.
Yes. Okie dokie. So host opens the show.
Host opens the show. There we go. It's going with script on that one.
Yes. All right. Welcome to the.
Should we go again?
All right. Shall we crack on, boys?
Let's crack on. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All righty. Welcome to the Greenwich Football Pubcast. We are coming at you straight out of. Is it Richard the First or Richard One?
Whatever you want to do, but we would call it Richard I. I agree. I don't know how.
what I know it as.
I don't know how bad your school system is down in your neck of the woods if you called it that, but no comment on that.
Yeah, well, there's no ST, is there? They just see the one, the
Well,
Richard One.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
No.
anyways, Richard First, Greenwich.
Yeah.
Love it. That's where we're coming from. And yes, the Aussie school system is failing. It is failing.
At its finest.
That's it. So, yeah, tonight we've got Chris. How are you, Chris?
Oh, where do I start?
Hold it all in for later.
Yeah.
The anxiety. the anger.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thanks for asking.
You are made out of tough stuff, like, for a Norwegian man to turn up, front up to this podcast. Well done to you. Well done to you.
Yeah.
And it might have been a little bit easier for you guys to jump on. Tommy?
Yeah, as you can tell by the voice, we have been enjoying ourselves the last few days. We had a good debrief yesterday, and the debrief turned into quite a lot of these.
There was a lot to talk about.
There was a lot to talk about. Obviously, a lot to get off our chest and that. But yes, no, it was a great game, and yeah, we've carried on enjoying ourselves since. So
Excellent.
bear with today.
What fun. Tan the man.
Yeah, I'm good. I missed out on the last podcast. I was rested for the quarterfinals, but I'm back here for the semis.
How is that injury? Have you got rid of it? Yeah.
I'm still suffering.
Very good. You're looking fresh, Tan, as always. So, yeah, in a nutshell, England needed extra time in the VAR button to get past Haaland. That was some serious business. And the prize is Argentina.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward.
Messi and 60 years of unfinished business, if you don't mind, on Wednesday for a place in the World Cup final. So a very calm, normal week to be an England fan. Is that about right, boys?
I think the way this World Cup's gone, it's gone exactly how we'd expect it. We've had the ups, we've had certain games that we've been brilliant. We've had more than we've been kind of average. I think this one falls into that category for us. And then, like I said, I've been quite vocal to you about how I honestly think that it was a shocking performance. And I think you guys should have won. But I think in the land of England lands, that's what we're kind of expected at the moment, aren't we, unfortunately?
I have to agree, yeah.
Yep, it was tough game for both teams, to be honest. Obviously I'm looking through it in different lens, but I didn't realise that it had been so long since England faced Argentina. I think, what was it I read, the last time they played was in a friendly, but that was in 2005. So first time Messi's facing England.
Yeah, that's a big one, Messi.
I'm thinking, finally. I didn't realise that. Yeah, it was a bit shocking. I feel like England have played every team and Argentina played every team.
Do you know, has he faced Norway? Would it have been the first time facing you guys
He's
as
faced
well?
Norway,
Yeah.
But that was
So you've already
when he was a
experienced.
young lad. Yeah.
I think you may have dealt with him better than we're gonna. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was the whole left foot thing. Don't bring him on his left, and of course Norway did, and I think we lost that game. Oh no, I might have been 1-1, but we're talking like 2005, 2006. I was a wee boy.
I think we had a friendly against them where Messi had been suspended, so we beat them 3-2, but Messi didn't play in that one. So first time against England.
Yeah, I'm excited. Go Argentina.
Keep it in. I'm gonna fall out. All right.
No, like we've beaten every team he supported. Carry on.
You put it like that. Yeah.
That's a bit harsh. But yeah, so I guess we're all at the Vanbrugh. And where did you go, Chris? Because I swear, once you guys had kicked a goal, you were gone for ages.
Oh mate, of course I went to the bathroom when Norway scored.
Yeah.
So, and you won't believe this, I was just coming out to wash my hands, and then someone sees my Norway top and goes, "Oh, Norway have just scored," and I just look at them in disbelief, going, "You're joking, right?" And then some other fella walks in, and I stopped him and I said, "I'm not taking the piss. This is a genuine question. Have Norway just scored?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh," so I'm trying to dry my hands as fast as possible. Run out. The first person I see is Killian and Simeon, 2 Irish lads. And of course, they're bouncing up and down and swinging me about. It was a lovely moment.
I think the big issue with that goal was no one realised it went in.
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
think
the
the
screen was
Norwegian
great,
players were a bit
and
stunned
no
as
one
well.
saw, and obviously, and everyone was looking around, and there was no one celebrating outside, and then we all looked at each other a little bit, and was just like, what was happening there? And you obviously weren't there to next to me, so no one was cheering there, and we were like, it still took us about 10-15 seconds to go, has that happened? And even them on the pitch, they were like kind of jumping on each other, but still looking exceptionally confused with it. I mean, the question is, was that a strike?
Yes.
Or was that a cross?
I felt it was a strike.
You reckon?
Yeah.
He meant that.
I think he did as
power he
well.
put on it.
I know there was a lot of question in the build-up to that where Harry Kane is tackled, and I think a lot of everybody thought at the time, and obviously the English fans are going to say that was a foul.
It was.
But I've watched
was
it
a foul.
again.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not a foul.
I disagree.
It's not a foul. I'm with you on that. It was a fair goal.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strike, and of course, as I said, I missed that live, so then I was really excited to get back out in the beer garden and look you all in the face.
And then we scored.
And then I was halfway into the beer garden before I realised, the reason I went in was because it's my round.
So this explains it.
I mean, excuse me if I got a wee bit distracted during that. But and then I was ordering the pints, and I was just thinking, I can't wait to get back out there with the lads. And then by the time I got the pints, England equalised.
Yeah.
What do you think that difference was? Because obviously we'll talk about the second half in a bit, but you, again, in my eyes, you were in control. That first quarter, again, I hate the quarter part, but you were in control of that. After that goal, I then looked at England, but that was our decent bit of the game. That was the only decent bit of the game in my eyes that England played. We stepped up, we got that quick, and then like the game before, we almost got that quick second again, which was offside, but we almost got that quick second before half time. So what do you think changed with you guys?
I don't know. Is it just maybe the way Norway play is that we have periods of possession dominance? And I mean, I was thinking back on the game again and realised, even though we had a lot of possession, we didn't really do much in that first half, really. I think England looked more dangerous when they came forward, and I think, especially at half-time as well, I think there was just a reset, like, lads, come on, we need to really step up here. And I also think that they felt they actually had a chance. Like, they actually believed that, you know what, we can get something out of this game. So I think that's what changed. And then it ebbed and flowed in the second half a little bit. Extra time as well.
The big bit, I think, like I said, once we went into that half time, this was the first time, and I'm a big Declan Rice fan, but this was the first time I looked at England. It was like the impact he made, because him going off at half time, that's the thing that changed the game completely to me. I think that forget all the other subs. And again, fair play for you guys saying, okay, you've stepped up. But I think if he was on that pitch, we would have seen a completely different game at that point.
I think Anderson's really stepped up for us.
Not in that second half.
Well, I think throughout the game, I think he had to, because Declan Rice was really struggling.
But how did he step up when we were absolutely shocking? It wasn't really a good step up. It was the smallest step up we've ever bloody seen.
Well,
Let's be honest with that.
I felt that he was having to cover more ground because of.
No, nothing away from him, but the overall performance from everyone was. Well,
I think, you can't just single out one England player for that period. I think that the entire team dropped a couple of levels. But I think Norway stepped up a few levels as well. So,
but that's my point of saying how intrinsic, how valued Rice is, and how, or maybe we don't value him that much. I know, obviously, it is Deck, and there are a lot of people who love him, generally Arsenal fans and still West Ham fans, but on a big scale, he's one of these guys that goes around the game and he runs around a lot. Once he's missing, that's what notices. Once he's gone out of that kind of that constant energy where he drives himself into the ground. You see he comes off and he injures himself half the time. He's got the Saka limp going on now and everything on whatever. So I don't know where he's picked that up from, but he will drive himself into the ground.
Yeah.
And once that's gone out of that team, that's a real key thing, I think, which is a big worry for England.
Yeah.
And the deleted goal, Chris, what did you think about that?
it's a push, right? I mean, you see it. You see them giving, you see them not giving. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's a foul. It's just what I'm annoyed at is the consistency. And see, we had this chance where I think it was from a corner, and then a player heads it onto the post, and then as the Norwegian player is coming up to get it, the England defender, can't remember who it was, jumped up as well, and it's not a two-hand push, so it's not identical, but he's got his arm up in his neck, and the Norwegian player's collapsed. And I thought, oh, well, at least review that then, because I'm just looking for consistency.
Two different things.
So let's say that VAR
Two
didn't
different
exist.
things.
Let's say it didn't exist and that goal was allowed. How would you two feel about that, Tan and Tom?
So if that got, it was a foul. That's the point.
So
you look at that, and don't get me wrong, I think, again, your man, you were just talking about, he has felt the push and fully made the most of that one.
Yeah.
He's 100% done that. But that's anything. That's the same thing back in the Premier League when Haaland should have gone down with Gabriel's header. You go there, you're in a situation, you make the most of it. Haaland had two hands and he pushed. That's it. He's asking for it.
He's a big, strong man. He's gonna put something.
He loves
there.
bowling over people.
Yeah.
He does.
The thing is, he didn't need to do that.
No, exactly.
He's done that. It's gone to his head because fair play. Listen, we all know how good Haaland is. To me, he was non-existent in that game. He really
had a couple of chances.
A couple of chances, but Haaland's standard is so high. He did nothing that game. If you had a Haaland on form, I think you definitely would have.
But that's the thing.
But he did nothing for that game at all.
No, right, and that's the thing with him. And we saw against Brazil, right? He just kind of strolled about, and all of a sudden he scores 2 goals.
Yeah.
Right? You wouldn't have said the same thing if he did score against England.
But he
right?
didn't. That's the
But
thing.
he did, and then you notice it a bit more.
He could have had a great chance, and was it Solis runs
Yeah, when he
through.
didn't put him through, that was
That
ridiculous.
ball was asking to be played to him. That would have been 2-0.
And that was a
That would have been
dream
2-0.
situation for Norway.
He
If
would have
we
banged
won,
that in.
2-on-1, and those two on the ball. Well, he just makes the wrong decision, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think he.
Sort of held on to it for a bit too long.
Yeah.
And then,
Sure.
and then he took it onto his left foot and then hit a shot, which
Aye.
wasn't troubling anyone.
So that was a bit frustrating, and it's that is the sort of scenario that cost us the game. It's not the disallowed goal or the trajectory of the goalkeeper kick. It's
see that. You
chances
didn't
like that we spurned that
Yeah.
cost us the game in the end.
Oh dear. So, you fellas, did England earn that, or were you rescued by the Jude?
Yeah, massively. Jude was. When he gets wound up in a game, you see him. He sort of lifts the team by just the performance that he puts out. He's one of those infectious type players that when he's hungry, and he starts running, chasing balls, everyone lifts their levels.
Yeah.
That extra 10%. He's got that ability. He's a 23-year-old man. Without him, we would have really struggled in that game.
But the weird thing about him as well in that game was that for the first 30, 40 minutes, he wasn't really doing much. And then he scores. It was very well taken. Good goal by Bellingham. And from then on, that's when you really saw him.
Yeah. The build-up to that goal was good. Again, Anderson winning the ball, running through into the second, into the Norway half. Nice little pass into Andy Gordon.
Gordon's work there was
Gordon's
he's
pass
been brilliant.
into Bellingham was beautiful.
Was
but then Bellingham still had a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he's just beating the defenders and then just slotting it in, it's like watching a real top goal scorer.
Yeah.
You know, he's more of a midfielder, but he took it like a striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's often played in that role, that false nine or that kind of second striker role, was he? So he knows what he's doing up there. But I think, like I said, that barring that second quarter, I think we were shocking for most of it, almost embarrassing. But then when we went into extra time, we discussed this that I thought we then had it. I had a feeling when we went to that, we seemed to be a bit more alert. Your levels seemed to go. It seemed to go. Our training, our whatever it is, our mentality kicked in a little bit more in that extra time period. You guys were great, but I know that we then got the goal. But I actually was less concerned in extra time than I was just before. Running up to that 90 minutes, I was like, shit, we're gonna fuck up here.
So speaking of
other
concerns,
side of it,
how did you two especially feel when Norway went up 1-0? Did you think England were coming home?
I was fine. I thought that at that point, before the game kind of went over, I was like, we've done it before. Yeah. We've done it plenty of times. And there's enough strength in that squad. We've seen it. That we are going to win. There's no disrespect to you guys. We should be beating Norway. We should be beating you very well. You had a great tournament, but ultimately we look at that and go, we're fine. The more that match went on, the more worried I got. There wasn't that bounce. There wasn't that kick on. We didn't rev on and that. You look at it, there wasn't the same heart that we just saw in the Mexico match. It was just missing something. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it's the expectation that we had to win this. And again, you were riding a wave, and rightly so.
Yeah.
You came in with nothing to lose.
No
Every
pressure,
round was a bonus for you. You're like, well, we've got nothing, and we got Haaland up front. We can do anything. And I think we were very aware of him and very aware of the pressure, because we should get to the final. The RG game, this semi-final, I think is the lowest we should go, really, in my eyes. I think the final was, okay, brilliant. Yeah. If we'd have gone out in this round, it would have been underachievement, not just because of you. Yeah. We had that expectation of getting to that semi-final, kind of go, that's the minimum
even
expectation.
Even if we played Brazil.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think we were just too slow with the ball again, you know. Been too many games
did look a bit flat.
where we don't, and I think the conditions affected both teams. I think
33 degrees.
Yeah, I think
it's been a busy
when you see
tournament,
Haaland going off, you know, before the end of the game, you're thinking, what? Are they trying to let us win here? You know, but players were dead on their feet. Yeah. You know, the energy levels on both teams was pretty low and flat, and the game was just generally flat. It wasn't played at any pace, in my opinion. So
for most of it,
yeah.
So Tuchel. Sloppy. What else did he say about you guys? He had some pretty strong words. So was it sloppy, slow, fortunate, and a few of your boys didn't quite agree with that. I think Spence was one of them. How did you sort of see that sentiment, Tom?
Completely agree. There's not,
with Tuchel.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. I'm a massive fan of him, and he will say how it is. I am a big fan of the fact the guys came out as well. I think there's a couple of other podcasts we've seen, they said kind of a similar thing that I'm going to do, that I like the fact there's a bit of kind of dagger between them, of kind of going, no, we are going to kind of kick on, we want to do this, and I don't agree with that, because the manager's view and the player's views are always going to be two different things. What the manager sees, a tactician like him.
I did find that interesting, with Spence with one of them, just at the top of my head, he's like, oh, that's his opinion.
Yeah,
like, you know.
That's fair, and I like that. You want leaders, you want people not scared. I mean, there is an element that kind of going, the teams of the past, the Fergie teams would have all towed the line. But I think we do. No, we definitely need that. We've got these players in
character.
there. It shows absolute character in that, and kind of they're putting it on the line. And I like that you've got two parties here who aren't scared to say what they think, basically.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
And so, yeah, obviously one of the things Tuchel mentioned was, I guess, you guys being a little bit slow. And to address that, a lot of people are pointing towards Saka coming in. But does Anderson's performance make him slightly undroppable?
Well, I mean, he'd come in Madueke, wouldn't he? And that's the weird thing we say about being slow, and it's going to be Madueke who is arguably, is he the quickest player in the squad? I'm going to go with that.
Apparently he is,
But
him and Spence.
Yeah, it's that end product though. It kind of comes with nothing. As Zlatan said the other day on one of the NBCs, whatever the American channels, he was just saying you're playing with 10 men whenever he gets on the pitch because he literally doesn't. Yeah. And listen, there is something in there, and I get the element of bringing him for pace because that terrifies anyone. But there has been no finish. There's no finishing art. It always goes down in a foul, off the pitch, or this and whatever. So he hasn't delivered so far. But Saka hasn't been fit. We know that he can't do the minutes. So I think we are in a bit of a rock and a hard place here.
In those moments that Saka has been in, he's been creative. He's getting balls into the box. He's taking on the player.
He skinned some of our defenders.
There was that little run he had in the second half, and skipped through and took the shot straight at the goalkeeper. At least we were getting further than what Madueke was taking us.
Listen, for all my negativity of that second half, he was that little shining light.
Yeah.
And that's it. And again, I'm a big critic of Saka, and I think he's underperformed for Arsenal this season, no end. He hasn't stepped up. He hasn't continued. I know there's
been struggling.
There's been injuries. So I'm with that. But he still needs to kick on. He had that element of he's going to be a superstar. He's not a superstar yet. He's not. He can be, and he has shown those promise. But he's not at that level. But sometimes you see him in that, and he has those beautiful moments of magic, which Madueke and that won't do. But he will, and that's the thing. He's got it in his locker. He just needs to obviously get rid of the injuries, which is a big thing. But also, he just needs to kind of find that confidence with a few years back. But we saw that a little bit in that second half.
So do you think the halftime changes improved England or gave Norway a little bit more control?
Fully.
We were fully in control from the start of the second half onwards. And talking the 90 minutes now.
Yeah.
That second half, we were brilliant. I was so proud of the team. I mean, for the whole game and for the whole tournament, I'm immensely proud. But that second half made me believe.
Yeah.
We can win this game. Yeah. Should we have made on a different day? Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have beaten you.
Yeah.
But no, I think I don't know what happened to England at halftime, but you saw what happened to Norway at halftime.
Yeah, you did. You got the belief.
Took control. Yeah.
So I suppose just to put a bit of a bow on what's been a terrific World Cup for the Norwegians, your best ever.
Yep.
What does this World Cup do for the future prospects of football in Norway?
I think it's going to be fantastic. This is our golden generation, and I think we're going to kick on from here. Because you look at the age of the players as well; they're all mid-20s. A couple of them are early 20s. Nusa, Sheldon, okay, not superstars, but emerging stars, and Oscar Bob. Yeah. So I know we are building a core team here that can make an impact in the Euros. I think we'll be there. In the next World Cup, I think we'll be there. And then we go beyond that, we'll see, because there will be some changes.
Chris, your manager, how long has he been in charge of the
4 years
team?
now. 4 or 5 years, I think.
Do you feel that he is the guy that is actually helping and building this squad now, picking the right players, getting the right system? Because you're playing completely different football to what we know Norway to play before. Yeah. Like down the wings, get the balls into the box, a bit like England used to be. But you kind of play more of a possession game, slower. And maybe that might adapt going forward. But do you think he's going to be the man to keep pushing forward?
Yes. Yes, so there's so much I want to touch on about that, but we're not here to talk about Norwegian grassroots
Maybe
football.
we can have a little Norwegian special. You can phone into the boys.
Just a quick one on the manager. Did
Yeah.
you see how many bottles he threw throughout the game?
Oh,
He was throwing them into the crowd, wasn't he?
he
He
threw
was
them
throwing-
into the
into-
crowd, his own staff.
He hit one on the ankle and every time.
Cowboy. Did he get a car?
Nope.
No. But yeah,
I love that energy
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know it's that belief, right? You can see it in the players and the staff that that was the one. And
passion.
Oh, so
Yeah.
was he doing it in, I guess, were they frustrated tosses?
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
When the decision went up,
That's it. We'll park that one. It's not that late. It's not that late. So, yeah, I guess
That's what she said.
and to wrap it up from an England perspective and then we'll move on to the second half, but 6 wins from 6. England, are you guys improving? You're on the way up, or are you just surviving better than anyone else?
I think we are a team that are hard to beat. I don't think teams have really got at us. I believe that we have got the ability to keep progressing. We've got the players there. I think they're starting to get the belief as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always said that I thought this would be a harder game than the Argie game. I didn't think it'd be this hard, but I did think you'd cause us more problems on the sense of I thought you'd have sat back and really frustrated us. And we know England's shortcomings when teams do that. So I did that. You attacked, and it was a different frustration actually. So like I've said, fair play to you. But I then look at Argie's and go, even though I think we're a better team, I think that I think we might go in as underdogs almost to a certain extent. I don't think there's as much pressure on to beat them as there is to beat you guys. And with the way they play and they're going to come out, we know exactly what the Argies are about. We know exactly what they're going to do with us. And I think that plays right into us. So I am more confident going forward, weirdly, against a superior team to Norway, and that's no disrespect to Norway, the Argentinians, and I was actually against, I think, you guys.
Well,
So-
isn't that? I think that's just the effect that Norway have made on football in the last couple of years. That you're saying stuff like this. You know, I mean, when have you ever said that about Norway?
Yeah.
Well, you're coming back to where you were in the 90s in terms of the what you had as a squad, you know, in terms of the quality players.
Yeah.
You know, now playing around Europe in the big teams. Yeah.
Very different styles, but yeah, absolutely.
Well, hang on a minute, boys. I think I'm getting something through my earpiece here, and it's Steve's coming a bit early with the weather. Steve, what's going on, mate?
Hello, it's Weatherman Steve here again. I'm now in Atlanta, Georgia, where it is slightly drizzly and hot and humid, like my pants. I'm going to go to a bar to watch the France-Spain game. Bye for now.
Lovely, Steve. Very good.
That's great.
Classic Steve.
You gotta love Steve. Cheers.
He's developing a bit of a cult following.
yeah.
And he's getting a bit of swagger. Walking around the Vanbrugh on Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know, he was tossing up whether or not to go back home to put on his little white floral shirt, he was saying, because of the attention that he's been
He's
drawing.
got a couple of groupies from this.
He
you know.
does.
Yeah.
He does. So, fair play
Picked
to
him
him.
up at SeaWorld in Florida, apparently. But
That's right.
About time.
Mr. Worldwide. Speaking of worldwide, let's go to Argentina. They needed a bit of extra time. Messi did not score. They obviously won because England are playing them next. But who stayed up and watched that one?
I did, but I can't really remember. I'm not going to lie. We were ex deep at that point. So yeah, I mean, everyone kind of bangs on about Messi, like getting through. It's Messi went out to say. 2 other people scored in this one, didn't they? I think he
Three other?
Was it 3 others? Sorry. Yeah. So and he assisted 1.
No,
so
was it
it's-
3-1?
Yeah, 3-1 in the end.
Yes, it was, yeah.
So it was more worrying from our part that there is more to that team than Messi. It's quite easy to contain a team when it is a one-man band.
Yeah.
But when the others are on song as well, it does look it's a bit more of a job for
Well, I
England,
mean,
think,
yeah,
this
you
time.
look at McAllister scoring a header.
Yeah.
Shortest guy on the pitch.
He does
Yeah.
And
actually
then
score.
He gets
he
a few.
does actually for Liverpool, yeah.
He had 2 chances. But
And then you had Julian Alvarez's stunning goal.
Yeah,
What
great
a
finish,
finish
yeah.
that is. And then, of course, Lautaro Martinez is just a
Yeah.
really good number 9. so they have other players.
Yeah,
than,
definitely. That was a bit
than
of a
Chelsea.
wake-up call.
You can't forget Fernandes in midfield as well. He's a great late runner into the box.
yeah.
And
Yes, I'm
get-
still
picks
sticking
up
with.
good goals.
I'm happy at playing them, but it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game.
Will be, and Switzerland surprised me a little bit. I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights, but Switzerland looked good, and then I think they did all right, even when they went down to 10 men. But then just you're running about with 10 men. Eventually, you're going to tire, and that's when.
I did stay up and watch the game, but fell asleep before the last 2 goals. So pushed through stupidly.
What do we think of this Switzerland team? Because every tournament they come in, they seem to progress and be very annoying but very boring. They've got something there.
So-
but like the country, they are just very Swiss.
They're
You
very-
know what I mean?
very
They're very
rigid.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. And they get to a certain point and then they just bow out quite gracefully.
Yeah.
They're always a little bit of a menace, but no one's ever scared of them.
No.
Yeah, I agree. I think, tournaments, Euros, World Cups, they tend to be really difficult team to beat, not always progressing to later rounds, but they're not a team that I think people want to go and play,
It's almost like an old Belgian team. Before this generation, it was just they just did their thing, got somewhere, but they bow out quite gracefully.
They're a bit like a nuisance team as well, aren't
Yeah,
they? It's like, you don't fear them, but exactly as you said, Tan,
you
you're like,
drop your guards.
we're playing
Like a good
Switzerland.
Swiss Army knife. They'll get you.
I think
Got things.
I think they've got better players than people think they've got,
And they're a good structured team.
Yeah, and I think could that game have been different if that player doesn't get sent off? Because they were really frustrating Argentina as well throughout the game, and even when they went down with 10 men for a while, But the legs go when you're playing against.
And when it goes to extra
11
time,
in the extra time.
I'll say one thing. I actually still would have preferred to play Argentina.
Then Switzerland.
Yep.
Really?
Because going back to exactly what I said of them frustrated, I think they'd frustrate us. I think we'd find them harder. That's it. Which is, again, I compare them with you on that sense of I think they give us a more frustrating game.
Yeah. So I suppose Argentina have been flying by the seat of their pants in pretty much all their knockout games that barely got over the line against Egypt and whatnot. So I guess the game against Switzerland, then that late drama, like I said, was a shine that they aren't, I guess.
They're not fully functioning.
They're not
They're
fully
almost
functioning.
there. They're there for the picking. They're there for the taking. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's there. And there's something there.
I just feel like when you get into this later stage of the tournament, we've seen a few of the games like the Spain and Portugal game as well, the England-Norway game. They're very cagey, they're very tight, Argentina plays Switzerland. That's just another example of it. It's teams in this day and age now have got stronger in playing in these tournaments,
Yeah, and I suppose just to keep this one moving a little bit. Sorry to jump in there, but we also had the other games just to quickly acknowledge Spain, Belgium. That was a bit of a snooze fest, to be honest. Until the end. You watched that one, Tan. What did you think of it?
snooze fest. You can't really, have to agree with that. Wasn't much going on.
There wasn't much going on, and I suppose the melatonin was kicking in the night before because we had France-Morocco. That was also a little bit of a dull affair.
Yeah.
France just getting it done. Morocco being super impressive.
That's
but-
what the good teams do. So Argentina getting through, England getting through,
Yeah.
Spain getting through.
This is it. You've had certain games this tournament, like France have only got by one goal and a couple of the others. I do feel there's a little bit of unfair criticism put on England. As soon as we each have a scrappy affair, it's all over, it's all done, bam. But if you look at other teams, it's tournament efficiency. They've scraped through, and that shows a true winning mentality. You're generally never going to go through a whole tournament.
So do you think that's a
perfect
world
thing.
view or an English view, like what you're just
I
saying?
don't know.
there?
I have
Because-
no idea. I think the English press have a lot to answer for. We know how hard they are on just the players when they hype up youngsters and they're not, and they're bashing them down. So we've got a lot to kind of answer for. That comes from the people though. We are as how do we say, we have those high standards, don't we? So we expect it. The press is kind of a form of us. So I don't know. I think I'm going to say that we are harsher. I think, and unfairly so, because everywhere else will go, good, get behind your team. That was cracking. And we are first one. We're out. We're done.
It is very funny watching the vibe of you guys just at the Vanbrugh, and Chris, he could well attest to this. And I suppose every team does it perhaps, but when you just got the numbers where England do something great, everyone's part, and the minute something goes wrong, profanities galore.
Well, I was say, I think
I'm smiling.
well, we were saying the England fans are equivalent to the Arsenal fans in the Premier League.
Yeah.
When we're high, we're high. It's brilliant. And when we're low, we're low. And actually, very similar to the Arsenal team, we've had a lot of near kind of wins. And we've been on the cusp for a while.
The grand old Dukes of York. When you're up, you're up. When you're down, you're down.
Football fans in general are just fickle anyway, you know.
Yeah.
So.
This is a curveball I'm going to throw at you fellas, but who is the least fickle football base in this World Cup? Who do you think has been the most graceful in the way that they've gone about it?
Cape Verde.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's the easy answer.
That is
an easy answer, that one.
I mean, Norwegians.
Norwegians been great. I think not to blow more smoke up your back bottom, but I think you've had enough praise for 1 month. You're back in your box. Lang laughing somewhere.
Plenty of months left of this year. Don't worry, I'm sure I'm going to hear.
You are the glazed Norwegian.
The glazed Norwegian. The glazed Norwegian. And that's very good for this fan as well, actually.
But you know, as we're doing this at the minute, the players have just returned to Norway, and all the Norwegians are out on the streets and just welcome them back and singing their praises and all that. I mean, that's what.
So you've got that, and then you've got the Uruguayans welcome home.
I haven't seen that. Well, what happened there?
I don't know. I think they're still making their way back home.
Who was the one that didn't
got their
get
plane
that was the
cancelled.
Uruguayans, wasn't it? Yeah, they got their plane cancelled. Yeah. They pulled the plane and make your own way home. Yeah. I'll make them right.
No budget left?
No, 100%. I'll get your business card off you. That's it. Get in the sea.
Yeah, throw out
Just
the
get in the
receipts.
sea. All of you, make your way back.
Get
Actually,
on the
don't
bus.
come home.
Yeah,
that's it. Mega bus from
Get
Boston.
Get the Greyhound.
Race
Boston
race against them around the world.
That'd be good.
Uruguay version.
Uruguay.
All right, so just to touch on the games coming up, France versus Spain. I suppose you're not going to have bad games when you get into this stage of the tournament. France versus Spain, that's a cracker.
Blockbuster.
That is a cracker.
It's a European classic, and then there's a lot of people who play for each of them teams who have got club connections as well, haven't they? So you've got, there's going to be spice all over the pitch.
I just hope both teams turn up for that, because you just want that to be a good game, don't you?
I'm
so excited for that one.
I can see it being quite a cagey game. I think Spain will control France better than any other team have. But then you've got that firepower that that France has. Spain don't seem to really have the attacking strength, but defensively, the midfield.
They're going to be relying on the Matador approach.
They'll break teams down. That's what they've done throughout this tournament. I don't think they've really set the world alight, but you can't write them off.
No, I mean you could quite easily see them winning it, couldn't you? And out of nowhere, they've just done a
efficiency.
A sneaky kind of run to the final. They've not been kind of overzealous. They haven't made headlines, but they've got to the final and gone and won it. And would anyone around this table be surprised?
No,
probably not.
I think
go fair play to them.
We've got the top four FIFA ranked teams in these semi-finals, and I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
So you got France playing Spain, that's first against third, and then Argentina second against England fourth. Yeah. So,
welcome back. We're all well hydrated, and at the bar we happened to stumble upon a good friend of ours, Jordan. How you doing, mate?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on, of course.
So Jordan is a favourite down at the pub. Jordan, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
I was going to say that's rich comments. It depends on the day, doesn't it, Marshy?
How much does his mum pay you?
Yeah. Oi. So I'm Jordan. Been living in Greenwich for the last 3 years. Obviously met this lot down where else but the pub. Big follower of Arsenal, so one of the controversial lots, I guess, after the season we've had. We've had a good year, and hoping now we can carry on the football glory with the World Cup, boys.
For once we're friends.
For once,
For one
it's
small
been one of the
period.
most amazing
We
times
are
of my
all
life.
on board
We're all on the same thing. Anyone brings up any other club football, it's just no club football at the moment. Boys, thank you very much. It's just the World Cup.
From if it's John.
And speaking of old enemies, we have England versus Argentina. Winner takes the final. So a lot to play for. These lads have had plenty of airtime already, Jordan. So let's go straight to you. How are you feeling about it all?
About the game in general, I think Tom made a very good point earlier, actually, talking about the Norwegian game. I felt more nervous going into that game than I do against the Argentinians. I understand, obviously, where they've come, their roots, their prolific history in the World Cup, especially after 4 years ago. I look at the team now and I'm an avid Messi fan, I've loved the man. He's the reason I pretty much, when I was a kid, saw him play, and it's one of my steps in life where I went, I love football from seeing him. But now watching where they are, watching the results they've had, the Egypt game, taking it to the last minute, the Switzerland game, I think it's kind of put me in the perspective. I know that we've not had the most comfortable of run-ins. We haven't looked absolutely exceptional at points, but I think you look at what we have as a team, our bench, compared to what they are at the moment as a team. Yes, they have players, Alvarez, Martinez, Enzo Fernandez, on their bench. Realistically, I mean, you look at the Switzerland game, they bring Otamendi on, 40-year-old centre-back. They bring on Martinez. Okay, he's probably the only outstanding player you looked at their bench and go, he can do something, which he did. He came on and scored a goal. But in a general sense of where I sat there and I go, on a full 90 minutes, if it goes down to any further, I think that we have the team, I think we've got the depth, and I think we've got now the physicality as a team to take them to the line.
How much do you feel, this is similar to Brazil, but we fear the aura of them rather than the actual?
Of course it does. And it comes down to the history. The Argentinians, the history of the World Cup that we have in there. You go back to the 66 World Cup, the controversy through there. You go back through the generations, Maradona, hand of gods. You've got this presence.
You've got the Beckham scenario.
The Beckham, you've got all of this.
Michael Owen.
Michael, there's so much history behind it now as a fixture.
Yeah.
It's always going to play in the minds of the players. It's always going to play in the minds
Do you think
of
these players even care, remember about that?
I think it's always going to come in, isn't it? I think history always comes into play. The media brings it up. It's always going to come in, and where now social media and everything is so present these days, and the players see these stories and sees everything now. I think it's always going to come into the back of your mind. You know what game you're going into, and then when you do see what Argentina have done in the last few games and their mentality to drag out a result.
But similar to us, though.
That's what makes it an exciting game.
Yeah.
Both teams will be fired up.
History.
Yeah, oh, we know they really done a political shot across our bow this week as well about the Falklands. They know exactly what they're doing on that.
Las
one.
Malvinas.
It's it. They know what they're going to do. But I think, like you said, a lot of the players aren't. They're going to know about the history, but a lot of these players are 21, 20 years old. That history was quite a while ago. I mean, it's on the cusp of
Bellingham would have been, 2 years old?
Yeah. And the
Last
rest,
time
a
they met.
twinkle in the eye. But there's only like a certain lot who really went through those France 98s and stuff, which was that kind of big year for it. So I don't think some of it they won't even be affected by it. They know that.
I think a lot of it's forgotten. You know, obviously the older generation will have it, but generally it's not a thing that's really prevalent in this.
I think it's probably a bit more prevalent over there. I think their hatred and their thing, their culture. I think there's a big, for obvious political reasons, I think they're going to be more angry and up for it than
So you know what's interesting about Argentina in South America is they're the England of South America. Nobody likes them. I didn't realise that, but everyone hates them.
Speak to anyone, Brazilians.
Yeah. They say what they want. They do say what they want.
And it's wonderful to see the passion. I think that's one thing that comes down to football, and what you love about the sport is to see that and to see that side, I mean, you said obviously about the Norway manager, to see those reactions and to see what it means to the team and the players. And you watch Messi's goal against Egypt when he scored that and the way that he ran off, and you can see what it means to them.
And let's be honest, I know we're not on Premier League at the moment, but any of our clubs, you want an Argie. Look at, is it Martinez for United? He might be a short guy, but he's a warrior. Your Tevez's, your other people, okay, they're hotheads. You've got to be careful, we know that. But you want that,
Martinez has been a real good player for him in this tournament. I've really been impressed with him.
Have you seen the highlights of the game?
He's up to height, man. He's a really good
Because
player.
he played exceptionally well in the highlights that I saw, at least. Block shots and all that.
And was he 5 foot?
And even getting forward, his forward positions, he's been dangerous.
Did you say 5'8" centre back?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's like me if I was dominated down back. There you go.
And that's a compliment, Marshy.
That's what she said.
Yeah, there's hope for you yet, Marshy. Don't worry, man. There's hope for you yet.
All right, so just a little bit of a loosener because this is obviously a dense conversation. But how confident are you that England are going to beat Argentina? I'll start with you, 10 out of 10.
Say 8. 8, yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, I'm 8 as well, actually. I think we will. I think it's going to be a tough game, there's no doubt about it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we will.
Jordan?
It's a 50-50 game, isn't it? No matter what game you go into in a situation, I think it's straight down the middle. It depends on who turns up on the day, and I think it depends on a lot of things.
I think you should
sitting on the fence.
It's a 50-50, and
At least go one way or the other, come on.
I'm saying straight down the middle, maybe ever so slightly 55% England, but
So
I just
5.5 out of 10.
5.5 out of 10. We'll leave it where that is.
And the one man who isn't wearing the rose tinted, Chris, what do you think?
Well, I think Argentina are going to win.
How confident out of 10 are you that Argentina are going to win?
6.
6, okay.
So a little bit more than Jordan for England, but I think it'll be pretty tight. Yeah.
Well, you, Marshy, come on.
For the sweep, actually no, I have Argentina and England in my sweep. I'm in 2 different sweeps, so I'm going for the vibes because the points are bigger for England to win. So I'm going England, but no, And I want to be around happy English, not sad English, as I was saying to Jordan at half-time break. So
Dick the sound tech, what are we going with?
I think I want England to win, but it's going to be Argentina, I guess.
Argentina, yeah.
Can we get rid of him now?
I think it's a fair comment.
Your work experience has been cut short.
So Jordan,
you can now leave the Big Brother house.
Like our tournament, it was really short for us.
That's correct.
it's Australia, Turkey all over again, isn't it? But yes, Jordan was right. It is a coin. The data suggests there's a bit of a what is it? Opus. Is it
One of them.
Opus is running
Opta.
Opta is running the match sims. Got England going at 52%. Both teams have won all 6 of their games so far. England's kicked 15 goals. Argentina 17.
We say scored, not kicked.
Understand?
Scored, not kicked.
So that all just leads to plenty of splinters in people's bottoms. It's going to be a cracking match, and like you said, Jordan, it's going to be whoever turns up takes the big.
I think this is obviously about kind of we're going to go on about big names later, but we know if Messi goes Messi,
it's game over.
It's going to get messy.
It's game over.
and that's it, and we know that.
It's
Do
the
you think they'll
same.
put someone like Anderson or Rice to kind of?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. The problem is, and I was saying to Marshy outside, the problem is when you watch Messi, and we were saying on average this World Cup he's only travelled 6.6 kilometres from his hotel, walking the whole way.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you try and put a player sat on that, and him just walking around the pitch. You're missing a player for 90 minutes. So where's the line? Where do you look in?
Fair comment.
No, but so we can go back to I think when Man United played them and Dahini was there, he fact checked me, but they put Ji-sung Park on him and he absolutely hustled him the whole game. I think he was one of the only players did that. Either that or it was the other way. Thinking Fergie said he should have put him on him, one of the two. But you can get that. If you get that exceptional play, and they've got to be 100%, and Messi has to be at 99. If he's at 4, I don't think anyone can.
This is a different Messi, though. The man now
He's older.
reads. He's wiser. He's older. He reads
Slower.
the game in a completely
Not as
different
good
way
as he
now.
used to be.
It's debatable, though, isn't it?
play,
You look
two
at
hit.
no. Of course he's not. Of course he's not as good as he used to be. But the difference is now, and I
So
think
again, are we like Argentina? We're fearing that bit of Messi rather than kind of.
you've got to respect him. You
He's
can't.
been in the MLS.
You can't watch the man of what he's done so far. And okay, they haven't played any outstanding teams through to the run, realistically.
You're saying exactly.
But at the
this.
same point, he's the top goal scorer in the World Cup at the moment. His assists, he makes things happen, and all he needs is a moment of magic.
Yeah.
And as a player and as a football team, if you let him have a yard or whatever it is, you're dead. You're dead
know what,
because
I
of the
wi-
way that he looks around and reads the pitch.
I wish I knew the guy who did this tech shit because they should have put all the results on there. But you know what? I can't look through that. I'll have a word with him
But
one time.
the team are playing for Messi and to his strengths. They are putting that extra effort in so that he doesn't have to do.
And
all
this
that
is the
running,
this
you
is
know.
the difference of why you now watch Argentina before the last World Cup. They never travelled far in it. They had the big names, Tevez's, you had
great teams,
Aguero's, you
golden
had
generation teams,
the most
really.
amazing, and they never had the team where they sat around him and used him as a player
Yeah.
and to build it around. Whereas now you watch that team, and there's a very good clip of when Messi came down the stairs. I think it was the first game of the World Cup, and all of the RG players sat at the end of the tunnel and they waited for him. Watched him walk to the front. He went, "Come on, boys, let's go play football." And they all just followed.
There's
And
respect.
you watch that and the level of respect and the level of heart and love that they give to that man
Can
to
that
go
not?
and
Can
play.
that then not play into England's hands? If you've got
course.
so much from that, and this is with knowing that obviously he didn't score last game, and they have obviously got other very, very good players. If you've got so much focused around that, well then that's good because you can plan. You can when you've got the chaos theory of everyone's good in the squad, and you've got to control Messi. Is that arguably going to be harder than if we all know it is going for him, and we know it's not everything is going to be going.
But that's an interesting argument, right, about sticking a man on him for the entire game. Like going back to your stat about how he only runs 6 kilometers, walks 6
Travels.
saunters, right?
Yeah.
So for the majority of the game, he's not doing anything. Then you're a man down effectively if you're just following him about. Because as we spoke about earlier, you've got your Lautaro Martinez's, your Julian Alvarez, and all the other players that can pop up and do
You're
something.
not man down. You're equal. Man.
No,
That
I'm just saying,
person's
like,
on.
that if
If you
he's
lose
not
the
doing
player,
anything,
you've lost
and
the
then you've got an Elliot Anderson or something stuck on him,
Yeah.
but Messi's not involved
So
in
the
the play.
Messi
or,
one
like,
would be the fact that Messi will draw that player out of position
Yes.
to then leave the gap in that, rather than being a man down, he occupies him and just puts some.
And the thing is, they have got quality, as you said.
Yeah.
Julian Alvarez, I think Lautaro Martinez scored 17 goals last year for Inter Milan. I'm not too sure how many Alvarez has scored, obviously, for Atletico. But you're talking about those two players. If you obviously take that one player out, let the space go, they are the sort of players that will completely optimise that space and that extra man where you have got him sat on Messi
I
to
think
then.
one thing we'll agree on: there's going to be goals.
Well, there's going to be goals.
And if we look at the other game, and we can see that being potentially a bit of a stalemate, the France-Spain game.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna
I actually think England and Argentina will be a tight game as well. I really do.
Yeah.
can't
I
see
think
it.
it's.
I can't see it with the two types of.
I don't think defensively either team look fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think defensively they do. But once again, up front, it's going to come down to moments. If Bellingham turns up, if Kane turns up,
Yeah.
I think those are obviously, no matter what anyone says, and I know that Bellingham, before walking into this World Cup, everyone was kind of going, should he play? He's proved himself as a player now. He is absolutely running the show for England. He's taken Harry Kane off of his pedestal and gone, do you know
We'll
what?
come on to that in a
I
bit.
am the man. If you have these players that turn up, that come through, and they show their worth on the day, which they are more than capable of, they will be the game changers and they will be the difference within this game. If they turn up, if Kane can turn up, I think it's a whitewash. I think if we're a bit hesitant, a bit nervous like we looked against Norway, I think it's a completely different story.
So for those of us who have been living in an offshore prison camp, aka Australia, what has I guess since Argentina won the last World Cup, what has changed till now through them, and conversely, how have England changed, and are those changes for, I guess, are Argentina better now, are England better now, or no? You know what I mean?
I think Argentina on the drop-off, really. I looked at them in the last World Cup and some of their results looked so convincing. I come into this one, and as we've had the conversation, you've seen the last few results and it's been dragged out. I think now where England stand, I think we look like more of a mature team. I think there's maturity in there. There's a lot of players.
Key word there. I think we look like more of a
team.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jordan, because when you look at previous tournaments that England have getting better and better, knocking on the door almost, you know, that's a sign of a good team. A team that is winning games and winning games when uglies, you know, and winning becomes a habit. And if you can do that, so it's a massive game. Yeah. It's a massive game.
I'm going to relate it back, and this is me bringing club football in. I know I'm going to relate it to the Arsenal the last few years, and you could see
that's
them
all right, because
knocking, and that's a very similar situation of where now England are. We've got to the final back in Euros against Italy.
2 finals,
penalties,
semi-final,
2 finals,
and arguably potentially a semi-final. Well, no, a semi-final.
It's coming, and you look at the players, and some of them really are now the final article of where they are. I know that we've got a lot of players at the moment that look like they've got knocks. I know Rice has said, obviously Saka, you've touched on that earlier. My biggest concern at the moment with the team is Pickford. I think I watch him, and there's just something very shaky about him that I watch.
Do you not think that's always been Pickford? He's all or nothing, and I'm with that. I get nervous. But when Pickford's,
oh, he's brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like that Mexico game when they started doing that, he was phenomenal. He's got a wobble, but my God, I wouldn't have any of the other England keepers in ahead of him.
Of course, but now you're getting to these stages of the tournament.
But a lot of his good work seems to be done from just marshalling the troops, behind the ball.
Oh, he's vocal.
He's very similar to like Emi Martinez. He's down. He does the cheeky wink. He'll fall down. He'll piss players off.
He has that personality.
He's got that. He's like all good
he's
keepers.
tough.
They're all a little bit tough. We know you are. Tough. You're a keeper, weren't you?
I was a keeper.
And that's it. A keeper is a different breed, and they know they've got a different thing. And there are certain ones. The purebreds like the Emmys, like him. You get certain people, Alisson, cool and calm, and like, you know what I mean. But there are certain ones you can see. There's
something that's
pure
up there.
chaos. They're there to just fuck shit up and just kind of be that, like at Schmeichel as well. Oliver Kahn. These certain big name keepers with that, and they're scoring. They're going up. I mean, these guys look a lot smaller than those guys used to be, because they used to be powerhouses back then. They seemed
giants.
Maybe it was the aura that come through as a kid. Maybe they're about the same size, but you have these certain ones. And they're generals.
But you need, as a goalkeeper playing there, never played at a high level, but obviously being in that position, you need to be vocal. He is 100%. He will shout at everything. He's completely, and you need to be nuts. You need to be able to run into people, and don't care how the consequences are on the other side, and you've just got to run and put your body completely on the line. But still, I do watch him. And I sometimes see something and I just go, to be a top team, and especially when you're playing top teams, to have a goalkeeper that has a mistake in him, the whole of the defence will know that, the whole of the team will know that, the whole of their team, and it just takes one mistake. I mean, you saw it, obviously, the Norway goal.
Got that as well.
Emi has at the moment, and to be honest, I've watched him and I've just gone, is there anything...
I think you're being a bit harsh on him, because he's been a great servant for England, great performer.
I couldn't take it away, and I wouldn't put anyone else in goal, but that's the only concern that I sit
I feel the nervousness from
Jordan. We've got bigger concerns.
And I love it, and I want him to be that number one, about people talk to him, should be this, that. No, you can't not have him in goal, because his records, he keeps performing. You just don't drop someone because whoever number 2, number 3 is younger and better, or that. But he's done the job, but I still get a bit nervous. I don't know what it is. I get a little bit nervous when the guy fucking runs out. So
Doesn't make many mistakes.
doesn't. And the issue is when you're a goalkeeper, the mistake is catastrophic.
Oh, it's the
isn't it?
absolute, the
yeah,
massive,
yeah,
the
it
massive
gets
thing in the
highlighted,
world. Of course it is. Of course
Wouldn't
it
want to be a
is.
keeper for quids, I reckon. Like it's I think mistakes get made for, without as big a smack on the bums as they do when they're a keeper. But Chris, I'd like to get your thoughts because you're a pretty well-connected man around town, and you know a lot of non-British people.
Yes.
What's the undercurrent? I know that I said before that I'd be well happy. I want England to win for the vibes, but I know that I've heard there's an undercurrent of people that are kind of wishing a little bit of ill will. Have you heard any rumblings about if England were to lose this one, are there going to be some underground celebrations?
Oh, don't tell me with a
They're
good
bringing
time,
the boat out
Moshi.
again, aren't they? Boats coming straight down the Thames.
Well, there have been some whispers. Yes, there are a few local lads that they're not from Greenwich, but they live in Greenwich. That would very much be supporting Argentina on Wednesday. Yeah, so there's a wee group of us. Yes, but I mean, if England win, then depending on the manner of that victory, fine. I just hope that Argentina win.
Fair enough. So on that, it's going to be an amazing game, I think. Everyone can agree on that. But I would like exact score predictions, please, starting with you, Tan.
Going England 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah.
At what stage are these goals happening?
We'll lose the first goal in the first 20 minutes because we seem to be the weakest.
I think everyone's confirmed on that one.
Before the first hydration break, we'll concede, and then I think we'll get one before half time, and then after the fourth quarter. Yeah, Tick will do his business. Bring on Jed Spence, he'll run down the wing, cross it in, and Bellingham will bang one in again. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like that, Tom.
3-1 England.
Yep.
3-1. I'm going to do similar. I think they'll get the early goal. They will. But then I think we'll come back into it, and I think we'll do a better job against you than you guys. But good feeling. I think we'll do 3-1.
Jordan?
The first result that came through my head was exactly like Tan, 2-1. I think we just edge it. I think it goes to the last minute, but I think we just edge it on a 2-1.
Nice.
That's your .5.
That's my 0.5, exactly. That's the 5.5 right there. The 96th minute.
So, mathematically speaking, you are 2-1 Argentina based on that one. That's the 0.5.
Yeah, my prediction is going to be such a surprise. 2-1 Argentina. But same as you, Argentina score first, England equalise in the second half. It goes to extra time, and Messi just bends in the winner.
Hey, Marshy, what you got?
Well, look, I'm always going to insert this into the podcast at some stage, so I may as well get it off my chest now. But I follow St Kilda Football Club back home in the Australian rules. Our last and only flag was in '66. So I'm very much I feel your sorrow. I want you guys to win. We've got Mr. Tuchel, he's come on in and, you've won 6 from 6, and the last time that happened was in what year?
1966.
1966.
Okay, we play in the quarters.
It's too many stats.
There we go.
Same.
Saints footy. So
Yeah,
England
that's
are going
it.
to win 1-0.
It's in the stars.
Whoa.
1-0.
1-0, wow.
Richard,
Sound big.
England, Argentina.
I think it's going to be 2-1 to Argentina.
Whoa.
All right.
Man knows his stuff.
3-2.
Okay, so we're into the fourth quarter, I'd say. And there's been a lot of superstars gracing this world stage. There's been a lot of talk about Harry Kane's ascension to be arguably England's greatest striker of all time, and then almost the same conversation is he the greatest to play for England? They're two very different arguments, but the striker one is lot more weight. He's got the most goals. You know all of that. You've got Bellingham, who could take that crown as just England's best player down towards the end of his career. But let's look across outside of the UK borders. Let's go Euros. France have Mbappe. Let's go Copa America. Argentina have Messi. And back to Euros, Portugal have built themselves around Cristiano Ronaldo. Does a superstar lift the other 10 or slowly make them dependent, as we have seen?
I think it's a really, really interesting point there because you've mentioned two big names, Mbappe, Messi. Mbappe World Cup. Have you seen a player in recent generations and what he's done in the World Cup?
I'm surprised his back hasn't been hurting for the last 4 years.
Unbelievable
His exploits.
what he has done for France in the World Cup. Club football, okay, he doesn't turn up all the time, but he's still exceptional. And then you take it onto the other hand of Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, with the Euros, and I know they won the Euros with Ronaldo, but did he play in the final? No, he got injured. Did he really contribute a huge amount in that game? So I think it's very dependable. I think the difference is I know that the Portugal team back in that Euros that they won 2016 or whenever it was, that team there was not on the same level as what France have and have had for the last, 10 years. But when you have these players that can create that moment of magic out of absolutely nothing, you need it there. You need it there to take yourself to that next stage.
It's a really interesting one because we all want that one player and we all kind of look at the fantasy football or the FIFA teams and you go, listen, we want that thing, the Ronaldo, the Messi, to name a few. But then you turn around, if that player does get injured or goes off the boil, and like we said, we look at England at the moment, if one of 3 superstars in my eyes go off the boil, then the whole team changes. Then you look at a team like yourselves, who, yes, you do have the Haaland, but you seem more cohesive across the whole field behind that. So at this point, I'm going to be boring. There is no, I'm not too sure which way I'm going to go sitting on this one. I think sexy-wise, you want that. But actually, logic-wise, you prefer a whole team underneath you.
And I think it comes down Cape Verde. I know you mentioned obviously about them and their World Cup story, and it's been fantastic. But you watch a team like that, and you don't expect anything. You sit back and you go, they're gonna get knocked out so early. They're gonna be just the team that gets kicked around for the whole. And then you watch them, and you watch how it plays, and you watch how they play as a team, and the desire to not just prove themselves, but to win. And you see that and there's no superstars there. And I think it does come down, but it always comes down into the later stages of these games, moments. There's not a huge amount that separates France from Spain or us from Argentina. It's going to come down to the
that
moments.
Individual brilliance.
It is, and it's always going to be.
Because I was going to ask you, is like, does a team that is just well-rounded, like your Switzerland, like your Cape Verde, as you said there, win a tournament? I've just named 2 teams that have never won anything, right? But that kind of team doesn't win a tournament.
Yeah.
It's a team with a superstar that shows
They
up.
give you that extra 1%, 2%,
And
whatever it is.
this comes back, and I don't want to relate it to Arsenal, but it comes back to.
There's a pattern, listeners.
Well, it is, and I know that everyone
the
goes
fifth
back
time?
to your team. But I'm going to use it in the sense of you watched Arsenal.
Dan's gone.
You watched Arsenal in the league. We lost games, we won games, we drove out results. Tournaments aren't the same situation. You watch the Champions League final, and the difference was between them is not only was a good team, but it's the moments, isn't it?
I'm happy to talk about Arsenal here because actually I think your lack of a superstar is the thing that's cost you the part for you massively. You won the league because you are a brilliant team, but you have Mo Salah in there. You take Mo Salah out, that is a completely different thing. I'm not saying you wouldn't have won it, but you are a complete different entity. I think you will admit that. I know you had your Bobby Firmino's and that trifecta up front, which was a great. You take that you take that one side off it, and you go the other way. Haaland at the moment has single-handedly pulled. And again,
he won the game for us against Brazil.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean at a team at club level, he single-handedly kept them in it this season. United haven't. got that guy. These ones, Chelsea haven't got that guy. So you look at that, you go, those big teams all seem to have that now, whether that's by hook or by crook or by whatever. Does that mean they have to, like you said, to get you across that line?
Of course.
Can I just come in here because like great names you've mentioned, and I've like so impressed with Mbappe. Just always, every time you see him, I feel like he's getting better. And then Harry Kane, we know what he can do. He's there and he continues to produce. There's one player in the tournament for me that's really fucking stood out, and he's not even been mentioned.
Dan Burn.
Michael Elise.
Elise.
Jill.
Yeah.
He's one of those players. Every time I see him, I'm like, wow.
Oh, you just think something magic's going to happen, don't you?
That guy. Why wasn't he picked up by bigger teams before? I don't even know how old he is. But
Why doesn't he play
just
for
a
England?
special
I
player.
mean, he was born in Hammersmith.
It's a different podcast.
He was bad.
But no, Michael Elise, I think that is a real top player there that France have. So they're not just relying on Mbappe. They're not just relying on Dembele.
Yeah.
They're not just relying on Doué. They've got
Superstars.
all round the pitch.
If we stick on him very quickly, though, if you look back at his time at Palace, in my eyes, Eze was always a superstar.
Eze
He
was.
was great. He was brilliant.
I think they were good together.
But I also looked at him he always started. We knew of Elise, but I was like, okay, let's watch Eze go somewhere.
Yeah.
They've both gone to the best clubs in the world right now.
And I think
you
Elise
guys are
stepped up to a
But
different
Elise, whether
level.
it's the manager, how he's been played, the mentality, Elise has outshone Eze now going.
Oh,
on from
massively,
that.
massively. And I think the move from Bayern Munich to Bayern Munich for him has completely changed him as a player.
Does anyone know how old that Elise is?
Early 20s.
I'm not
Younger
too
than Max
sure.
Dillon?
You'd have to fact check me. I'd probably say
16.
around 26,
Okay.
26, somewhere
So
around
he's
there.
still
But you'd
got a
have to
lot to
fact
offer.
check me.
But the France team, right, with him, I mean, we can all keep going on about, obviously, His Highness up front for them, but they do have a lot of other places, other
Players,
position
course.
players in that one. If he goes, yes, there will be a drop-off. You will see a significant thing. But we look at the Spanish team now, like we said, we've got, who's the young guy?
Yamal.
Yamal.
I mean, he's still very up and coming. They don't necessarily have, they are a team in my eyes. They are, okay, on the level of what we're talking, they're full of superstars. We know that.
Yeah,
They're
of course.
every Premier League A team or whatever. But they don't have that out-and-out
Established
person.
superstar.
Yeah, that person who's going to go, that's that 99 on FIFA, that's whatever, that's Zlatan, this or that ridiculous person up there who will do the magic. Spain, out of this Final Four, are the opposite. They actually seem like a full
But
team.
They're
interesting
just
thing,
very Spanish, though, aren't they?
it's the same style.
Spain are very Spanish.
They're just the football, isn't it? And you watch it and you see it from the top level. And the managers these days, your Peps, your Luis Enrique's, all of these managers that it's now been dripped down the Spanish mentality of football and the way that they are as a team. And you've just got the solid sort of mentality that they go out. It's not about the one player. Okay, you have got Yamal, but he hasn't done a huge amount in this World Cup, realistically.
But the interesting thing about Yamal is in this tournament, he's just slowly gotten better. He's just come back from injury, right? So you take that into consideration. But he's slowly gotten better throughout the tournament.
What's his stats? What's he done?
Oh, he's
I
one
don't know
assist.
any
I
of
think
the
he's got
stats,
only,
but
I think he's
One-
got one goal. hasn't
one
he?
goal
But-
or one assist
But
is one of the two.
he didn't start many early games, I
No.
don't think. But he's a player that could, like, if he turns up against France, France.
yeah.
Click
If
of
he
a
turns
finger.
up,
And that's the
he could be a
thing.
match winner.
Really?
you know.
Do we actually think that?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not.
no
There is that
idea.
potential.
And listen, I'm not a 41-year-old guy shitting on a fucking young up-and-coming guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that route.
Wouldn't be the first.
Settle down, Martin.
No. This is it, and this is taken with the fact of obviously he is a ridiculous human being in what he's doing. But I mean, ultimately, I've looked at it. I've not seen that much yet, and this could be the pressure of media. This could be expectation, etc. But I look at him and I go, "You've not done much."
He hasn't, and I think the thing that sits on his head though, and he's had a wonderful start of his career at Barcelona, but the last Euros, him and Williams, Nico Williams on the
They
wings,
missed him in this tournament.
massively.
Yeah.
But them two in that Euros as kids, and everyone watched them going, he's a 16-year-old kid, like what's he going to do? And he comes in and he absolutely runs it for Spain. He has those moments. He can do it, but I think, as you said, he's just started off a bit slow. It's probably because of injury. He might not be fully fit. He's also 18. You can't put put too much.
There
in
is
the
a
kid's
talent
head.
there, and
it's an unreal
Where he
talent.
goes,
Can
don't
he
put
turn
the
up
pressure
now?
on.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, gentlemen. So I'm just casting my eyes around us. We are fast becoming the last in this part, which isn't uncommon for this lot.
It's normal.
So what I would suggest is we've talked a great deal about England, of course, and the upcoming match against Argentina. But France versus Spain, I'd just like to lock in on that. I'd like to get some predictions from you boys. But before we get there, I think Pauline's got something a little special for us in this England-Argentina game. Pauline?
My prediction for the Argentina-England game is 2-1, but I think it's going to be a bit tough for our boys. But come on, let's do it again.
Pauline, very good.
Anyway, 3-2-1.
Loving your work, Pauline.
Very good, Pauline.
She never gets it wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
Cracking punt.
She's been much better.
Hope she gets it wrong this time.
No.
Who needs an octopus when you got Pauline?
True.
That's all I got to say about that. But France versus Spain, we're going to go around the table here. Who wins?
I'm putting France in at 2-1.
France and 2-1.
Yeah. I think it'll be a tight game. I think both semis are going to be tight.
Yep. But this particular tight one, how's it going to go, Tam?
I can see France going ahead 2-0 and then Spain pushing and maybe grabbing that consolation
Tommy?
late on.
Spain pens. 1-0.
Ooh, that's a brave shout.
Who scores first?
Good question.
Not England.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't be wrong there.
Always
Jordan.
have to drop England into the discussion, don't you?
I mean, my heart's telling me Spain. I think everyone around the table that wants England to win the World Cup is going to say Spain because they are. But I think it's a France win. I think it's going to be tight. I can see a 1-0 France, and I think it's going to be a late winner again. I think it'll be a very cagey game, and then I think it'll be someone, like we said, one of the big names to pull out something and get the winner.
I like it. Chris?
Just like you, I have a soft spot for Spain. I lived there for a year, so my heart says Spain, but I think France are just so good. 2-0 France.
Really?
2-0.
Yeah.
So Spain have only conceded once. You reckon they're going to concede 2?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Espanol 3-1. Lamine
Love
Yamal
that, Marshall.
is going to make it. This is where he announces himself on the world stage.
Yeah.
He's had a bit of a quietish World Cup. He is 19, isn't he?
Something like that.
He's young.
He's a
young.
teenager.
He's a teenager, and I think he's really going to show everyone what he is made out of. And the French are going to be a bit upset. And that's how it's going to go.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, that's it.
So 48 hours time, it could be all over. England, Argentina. And I really think they should create the experience that my first World Cup I can remember is 1978. It was in Argentina. I don't remember who I was watching, probably Argentina. Loads of ticker tape, loads of like crackly TV, a commentary that you could hardly hear. And I think if you really want to experience what it's like to watch Argentina, then I think that's what they should recreate for the World Cup match on Wednesday evening in the semi-final. Come on, England.
Right, so, look, I think we've talked a lot tonight. It's been great. It's been fun. And, yeah, where are you boys going to be watching the next 2 games? So we've got France, Spain tomorrow night.
I think I will watch that in the Vanbrugh. And the England game, undecided. It'll potentially Vanbrugh, but I might actually kind of watch it at home, maybe with my brother or one of my friends.
Lovely.
In that crowd, you can't watch the game properly. So
Yeah, fair enough. It's easy to get distracted. And what about you boys?
Yeah, I think Vanbragh's now the new.
It's
new
got
home
to be,
for
hasn't it?
South.
After Saturday night, I think it's got to be the Vanbrugh. The vibes were exceptional.
Yeah, no, they did a good job
was-
there. I'm at Leek Street Arches for the game. We've got an event, so we're watching it there at Waterloo Way. But yeah, before that, but you boys are going to enjoy yourself then.
I think it's going to be.
I don't think you'll be anywhere else.
I will be at the Valley.
They've got good hygiene
for both games. Yeah, just and as you said, the vibes on Saturday were brilliant. And you know what? Credit to all yous. You were very good to me.
Yeah, maybe not to the others.
I was going to say, Chris, you got a nice card there, mate. It was free pass.
Marcy, very quickly. You on that sweepstake, I've just had a quick check.
Yep.
You've got Argentina. Grant has Spain.
Yes.
Mr. Grant, wherever you are in the world.
And our good friend Robbie has got England.
There you go. Yeah, we have
Scotch.
Yeah.
That's him to make an appearance.
So yeah, there you go. Fantastic.
Your prediction, though?
My prediction, I said.
Oh no, sorry, not your prediction.
What are you watching?
Sorry.
Where am I watching? I'll be watching it at home on the television. But if you're looking for a place, Richard I, where we are recording
Yes.
tonight.
The screen behind us
They've got
there.
the screen behind us. They're
We
going
got
to have a
one
bit
up
of a
there.
do, and one at the
Nice
front.
beer garden.
It's just a nice place, and I spoke to Raphael, and he was giving us the lowdown that it's a relatively quieter space to watch it. So, you know, a lot of pubs
Could be an option.
Yeah. So just a bit of food for thought for those that are looking for a place to go and watch the game, and are a little bit concerned about having to, jostle for a position. I think this is a low-key place to come and enjoy the game.
Who doesn't want to deal with idiots like me?
Yeah, that's it. There'll be
And
no
on that bombshell,
It's coming home.
Guys, thank you
It's
very
coming
much.
home.
next time.
Thanks very much.
Nice one, guys.
Go football.
Mate, yeah, go the soccer.
Go the soccer.